Just like a few days, he kept messaging her, but she had no courage to respond when she wanted to keep distance with him. Jeonjungkook, the heartthrob of the university, wished she had not a good encounter at first day of the university and lead their rivalry with his constant pranks and teasing. But one night after party, things changed when they both ended up on the same bed. They liked what happened and couldn't control each other to continue it without attaching the feelings. Yet she broke the most important rule of their secret relationship and fell for him. The more she talked, stayed beside him, or even texted him, the more she felt attracted towards him. What? No. She whispered yell while immediately going towards the window to see him coming to her room through the pipe like he always came whenever he wanted. I need to end this. Wiping the tears, she covered the door with curtains so he couldn't see her, and soon the door had a light knock. "Wine, I'm here," he whispered but got no response, which definitely irritated him. He came there just to talk, but guess what? She was not ready for it. He could hear the ding sounds but thought she was not present into the room, who was just holding her sobs. "I'll talk to her tomorrow." With heavy heart, he went away while Ryan felt her heart broke seeing him secretly, but telling him truth also ruined everything that she wouldn't able to see him anymore. Wish we stayed as enemies. Saying bye to her dad, she entered the campus and welcomed by Jungkook, who was sitting on his bullet. It was so unusual of him to come university early and immediately came towards her. "What's wrong with you?" Not answering his question, she kept walking, and with frustration, he walked beside her. "I'm asking you something, Ryan." "I'm perfectly fine, Jungkook." "Then why the hell you are ignoring me?" "Because I'm busy with upcoming exams." Jungkook didn't want to trust her, but her being topper was the reason he did buy her lie. "I understand, but you should at least open the door for me. I was not in my room." Lying to him, she opened the locker just to find a rose inside. She took it out with a surprise, but Jungkook's expressions were not good. "Who the hell gave you this?" Ryan gave him "how do I know" look and was about to smell it, but Jungkook took it in his hand prior to crush it under his feet. "Jungkook, I hate roses." He walked away while Ryan looked at his disappearing figure and mind occupied with negative thoughts. What if he crushed my heart the same way? Who? Ryan's good friend's sudden presence broke the chain of her thoughts. "Nothing, let's go for the class." Ryan was sitting with a guy named Kevin. He was a smart guy with a high IQ, yet humble, who likes Ryan. Now you know who gave rose to Ryan, while Jungkook eyes on them as he was sitting beside them. "Yeah, it's not that hard." They were discussing about the ongoing lecture occasionally when Kevin grabbed the opportunity to continue the conversation. "By the way, are you free tonight? I have..." She really didn't want him to give hopes when her heart only belonged to someone. "Tonight is my birthday party, so it would be great if you come." "Oh, happy birthday. Thank you, and you can join us to make my day." She didn't want to say no to the birthday boy, so she agreed, while Jungkook's eyes were piercing their souls from behind. "Stop glaring at them." "Yeah, you too." Ryan and Kevin looked back to pissed Jungkook. "Stop talking during the class." He glared even more, but ignoring him, they continued the conversation, which was a pure torture for Jungkook. With the end of the class, Jungkook followed Ryan. "I'll come over to your house tonight. I'll be busy. I have to..." "Don't you understand? I'm busy?" Her tone was rough that Jungkook didn't feel right, and she could read he was hurt, but before she stopped him, he walked away angrily. Since noon, there was not a single message of Jungkook, which was hurting her, but still she get ready for Kevin's birthday party with a simple look because she promised him. "I should used to it. Today or tomorrow, he's going to leave me anyway." Letting out a long breath, she took her things and went to the party as Kevin shared the location with her. Meanwhile, Jungkook was at the club with Yunbo and having drink. Ryan's ignorant behavior was hurting him from past week, but today her attitude surely painful to bear. "Hey Jungkook, isn't she Ryan?" He immediately looked at the direction, and yes, there was Ryan was talking with Kevin again. His jaw clenched and taking his glass, he walked towards her. "Jungkook, you here?" Wayne looked at him surprised, but he was staring at her with questions that she looked away. "This is a public place, you idiot." It's fine, Kevin." She rested her hand on his shoulder with a sweet smile so he won't continue the rude conversation which led them into a fight, and he got busy with another friend. "You got such a nice place to study hard." "Jungkook, I just couldn't deny him." His fist tightened, and before he could say anything, Kevin extended his hand to Wayne. "Please don't say no to birthday boy." She hesitantly smiled while giving a glance to Jungkook, who had blank expression on his face, and walked to the dance floor with him. Jungkook saw them dancing like a couple that his patience was wavering with her constant ignoring and their proximity. He immediately went towards them and held Wayne's hand. "Jungkook, what's this behavior? I'm taking my girl with me." And he dragged Wayne with her, who was still in a shock, but her trance broke when Jungkook pinned her against the nearby wall. "Now tell me, why are you avoiding me? And no lies anymore." His eyes looking at her with rage. His lips just inches away from her, and her heartbeats were accelerating even more. "Tell me what happened that you decided to treat me that way." "Let's end it." Jungkook's grasp loosened around her arms, his expression saddened, knowing what she was trying to say. Did you find someone? It's Kevin, right?" He took steps backward immediately as she broke his heart into pieces, but Wayne shook her head right away. "Then what's the reason?" I fell for you, Jungkook, when I shouldn't according to our rules." Tears fell from her eyes while Jungkook chuckled with a soft smile and again held her arms to bring her closer. "And what about my attitude changed towards you throughout the months? Didn't my action were not enough to let you know what I actually feel for you?" Wine's eyes widened, recalling how he never let her talk with other male, always share everything with her, long phone calls to late night messages to being protective. "You? I also love you, Wayne." With a bright smile, she surrounded her arms around his neck and placed her lips on his passionately. It was not their first kiss, but the spark, the emotions, the euphoric feeling were totally different, yet so beautiful that they poured their every emotion into it. The unexpected meeting to a one-night mistake brought two enemies closer and created a bond which was full of love, passion, and trust with shades of possessiveness.